Welcome again to City Scene TV. Tonight we're focusing on positive solutions that are out there in terms of credit and business assistance. We're going to focus for consumers and business owners. Our first guest is Patty Centurion. She's from SurePath Credit Counseling Service, which is located right here in Camarillo. A bit later in the show, we're going to meet a local author, Ray DeZazzo, who's going to talk about some of the practical business solutions. But first, let's welcome Patty.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sure. So it seems like on TV, on the radio, on the internet, there's always people advertising for solutions to your debt, managing debt, consolidating debt, those sorts of things. But you guys are a true nonprofit, I believe.
That's correct.
So there's a difference between these, these for-profit establishments and you folks. Tell us what you do.
Well, SurePath is a HUD-approved nonprofit agency. We do provide financial education and services, such as debt management programs, as well as foreclosure prevention assistance, pre-purchase housing education, reverse mortgage counseling, which is now a requirement for that product, as well as bankruptcy counseling, education, and credit report reviews.
Wow, okay. And you are located, as John said, right here in Camarillo.
That's correct.
Do you charge for your services?
Well, our services, depending on the type of services, some of them are free and some others have a very minimum fee. However, we do also have availability for fee waivers. So for those consumers who are not in a position to pay the low fees that we have, they can make use of that.
Well, this sounds like a nice, well-kept secret here. One of the best well-kept secrets in Camarillo.
We keep hearing that.
Wow. And how long have you been around?
Wow. And this area, Camarillo, in the building we're in, we're been for 10, 11 years, but the agency was opened in 1966. In the Ventura County.
Cow.
And you guys, tell us where you're on Wood Road, right?
That's correct. We are 80 North Wood Road, right off Central Avenue.
Okay,
Right.
so 80 North Wood Road?
Yes.
Okay, wow, great.
So let's kind of go through the process. Let's say I become a real clothes fanatic like Lindy, and I go run up my credit cards, and
Right.
I'm out of control. I come to you for help. What happens?
What do you do?
Well, we will first set up at least 45 minutes to an hour consultation. And this can be done over the phone, in person, or you can go through our website and do it online. And we will be getting information about income and expenses, because before anything, we have to make sure that we understand what your financial situation is. And then after that, we will be reviewing your credit card debt, see which creditors you have, what type of concessions, assistance each creditor can give, and we design a repayment plan. So through this repayment plan, we approach each one of your creditors and we ask them to reduce interest rates.
Now, you folks do that?
Yes. We don't settle debt. We don't negotiate balances. Our final goal is to help consumers to be able to pay in full their debt so they can get that good remark on their credit, but mostly to educate them through the process so that way they don't fall into that debt again.
Right.
Wow.
We tend to believe that anything that had to do with credit is a little bit of a behavior pattern, so we kind of have to change that in order for us to move forward, or else the situation will repeat again.
Do you ever, I'm guessing when you approach the different creditors, their feeling is probably, if we work with you on this, we're much more likely to get paid. So they're
That's
probably
correct.
much
Sure,
right.
yeah.
So.
Mainly because we have to go through your budget, and we are going to have to tell you which areas you might need to adjust your expenses in order for you to use the program. And even though we do have this program, it's not an option for everybody.
Right.
So we don't sell it to every single person who receives
And the
credit
creditors are
counseling.
usually okay with this, right?
Yes.
They work with
And you have a good rapport with probably quite
That's
a few
correct.
of these creditors.
Yes, most general creditors who work with programs like this, when they don't offer any kind of internal assistance for their consumers, they will refer them to agencies like ours.
Now, for a consumer like us, I suppose we see on our credit card bill that it's X amount of annual percentage, but it sounds like that could be a flexible number.
It can be, depending on the creditor and the terms. What some consumers might have problems with our program is the fact that once you use the program, you are not able to accumulate more debt while you're in it.
Oh.
And that's the condition that the creditors have.
So get your current debt managed and then incur more debt.
Exactly. Pretty much. You have to get out of these
Right.
before
That
creditors
makes
are
sense.
willing to do anything else, you know?
Sure.
And I mean, you guys are, the reason you've been around so long, the people that I'm going to talk with, they're all accredited financial counselors, right?
Right. Yes, we are all have to be certified professionals in order for us to be able to speak with consumers about anything.
Wow, that's great. So if you go to SurePath website, which is www.surepath.org,
That's correct.
There are 4 main areas there of assistance that are highlighted. You've got debt management, housing
Right.
solutions, bankruptcy, and a self-service section.
That's correct.
So talk a moment about all of those.
Well, when it comes to the debt solver part, the credit part, it's mainly to discuss budget and also the type of options that they may be able to receive through our debt management programs. For bankruptcy, as you know, the bankruptcy law has changed, and so now consumers are required to receive education prior filing for bankruptcy and after filing for bankruptcy. One is to make them understand what the consequences of bankruptcy are, different type of chapters, costs, all those type of things. And then the second one is life after death or life after bankruptcy. What are you going to do now to rebuild that credit, start all over? And under the housing section, we do also have the foreclosure prevention solutions. The first step that we provide is a free counseling. We need to understand, once again, your finances and then determine the type of loan that you have, which lender you have in, and if a modification can be an option for consumers, we can assist them with the process. This service is completely free of charge to consumers.
Wow.
And on top of that, we do also cover the pre-purchase education part, which now there's new initiatives that are allowing consumers who suffer foreclosure or short sale to be able to get back into the market within a 12-month period.
Really?
Oh, wow.
But now they're required to receive education, which probably is the one that they didn't get initially.
Right.
Now, how busy are you?
Well, we are picking up. You mentioned something very important at the beginning, which is there were so many commercials out there for agencies that provide or
Right.
promote debt settlements, but in reality, or debt management, but in reality, they are debt settlements.
Right.
And so obviously that affects us because we are nonprofit, so we don't have that.
Right, you don't have the advertising ability.
Exactly.
And,
Right. So, and we're very, very happy to know that most of our consumers are either referrals from existing clients or from other local companies,
Right,
local
now
business.
you're appearing on a quality program like
That's
this. so
correct.
there you
This
go.
is a great opportunity for
There you
us,
go.
and we thank you so much.
Let's look at some images. So what this is your primary sheet here that talks about all your services?
That's correct. Yes, and a brief, and that's our brochure.
Now, do you collaborate with other agencies and other organizations?
Well, when it's appropriate, when the issues that consumers are facing are out of our scope, we definitely do recommend them to other nonprofit local community agencies.
That's great. Wow.
And this is, I recommend, this is the ad we have on our channel for you guys.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
So I would think that a typical situation is people find themselves feeling just overwhelmed with debt, and I don't have enough money to pay this debt that I have. What's a sort of a, I mean, how do you help people like that? I mean, what do you do?
Well, it's very simple. A lot of the issues are within the budget because if due to life circumstances, your income has dropped, the last thing that really changes are your habits or your lifestyle.
Sure.
So you continue to spend in a way where the income is no longer there.
Right.
And so that kind of put a stress on other areas. And so we kind of have to give them a little bit of a reality check.
Right, so
and
you're a
work
little bit
towards that.
financial
Exactly.
assistance and some therapy and all
Well,
of this
yes,
rolled
we do
into
a lot of
one.
that.
Because like you said, it's habits that
Yes,
need to
it is.
change.
Yes.
If your income's going down, well, then your habits need to go down
That's
commensurate
correct.
with that.
And sometimes, I mean, they might have to contemplate bankruptcy, and we have to be the ones that tell them
Yeah.
Well,
that.
I mean, let's talk about that because you hear different messages about bankruptcy. I mean, in some cases you hear, well, it's really the most prudent route, and other guys say you never want to go on. So, I mean, what is it? What's
Well, we don't advise it lightly. We do realize that that is an alternative, and you do have to consider and understand the consequences of it. But there are circumstances when that is the only option that you have. When there has been a very drastic change of income, when there is a medical condition that prevents you from going back into the force and increasing your income, and there's no other way to afford that, then it's an alternative that you're going to have to contemplate at some point.
Well, I think we've got a PSA that airs sometimes. Let's take a second look at that PSA. Kind of fills this in real quick.
In today's tough economy, your debt problem shouldn't fall into the wrong hands. Having a trusted partner to turn to can make all the difference. SurePath Financial Solutions is a nonprofit organization whose members will create a personalized plan that gets you on the road to recovery. Knowing the difference can make all the difference. To connect with a certified counselor in your community, call us or visit surepath.org. A public service from SurePath Financial Solutions.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Lots
Some
of
the
good
services are
information.
out there.
Great.
So what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Well, they can definitely contact us by phone. Our phone number is 877-615-7873. Also via our website, which you have mentioned, www.surepath.org.
Are you okay with walk-ins, or is it really best to have an appointment?
Well, for counseling, we do provide, we have to schedule a time for that. However, if consumers have questions, many times they walk into our office, and our counselors can take 10-15 minutes to answer any questions that they need. And if at that point we feel that counseling will be more beneficial for them, we'll go ahead and set it up at the convenient time.
And you've got counselors available, what, from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday?
We are open, our office is open from Monday through Fridays. However, Monday through Thursdays, our schedules are from 8 to 6:30 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Fridays from 9 to 4:30, and on Saturdays we are only available via phone from 9 to 2:30 p.m.
Wow, that's great though on
That's
Saturday. Okay.
Well, again,
Good
it
stuff,
seems like,
yeah.
again, can be the best kept secret around here financially. So keep up the good work, and
Thank you very
thanks
much.
for coming on.